Captain Sarah Thorne, a stern but fair leader, stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the holographic map projecting the ship's path. "Captain, we're picking up a signal," said Lieutenant Harris, the ship's communications officer. "It's coming from the third planet in that star system ahead." Captain Thorne leaned forward, intrigued. "What kind of signal?" Harris adjusted his earpiece, analyzing the data streaming in. "It's a sequence of repeating pulses, definitely artificial. Could be a distress signal or a beacon." "Helm, set a course for that planet," Captain Thorne ordered. "Prepare a landing party. Dr. Hayden, I want you on this mission." Dr. Marcus Hayden, the ship's lead xenobiologist, nodded. "Understood, Captain." The Vanguard descended towards the planet, its thrusters gently guiding it through the atmosphere. As they approached the surface, the crew could see sprawling cities and advanced infrastructure, confirming that they had found an advanced civilization. The landing party, equipped with translation devices and defensive gear, disembarked onto a lush, vibrant landscape teeming with alien flora and fauna. They were met by a delegation of Xiverians, tall and slender beings with iridescent skin that shimmered in the sunlight. Their leader, High Chancellor Tarek, stepped forward, offering a gesture of greeting. Captain Thorne returned the gesture, initiating the first formal contact between humans and Xiverians. "Welcome to Xiveria," Tarek said through the translation device. "We have been monitoring your approach and are eager to learn about your people." Dr. Marcus Hayden found himself particularly fascinated by the Xiverian approach to science and medicine. He spent hours in their laboratories, exchanging ideas with Xiverian scientists. It was during one of these sessions that he met Leah, a young Xiverian scientist who specialized in xenobiology. "Your work on genetic engineering is remarkable," Marcus said, examining a holographic display of Xiverian DNA sequences. Leah smiled, her curiosity piqued. "And your advancements in medical nanotechnology are equally impressive. Perhaps we can find a way to integrate our knowledge." The two scientists bonded over their mutual passion for discovery, and Leah's interest in human biology grew. She was particularly curious about the human ability to adapt to different environments and the resilience of their immune systems. Marcus explained how human bodies could be enhanced through various means, including the use of experimental serums designed for military applications. One evening, during a casual gathering aboard the Vanguard Marcus showed Leah around the medical bay. He pointed out various devices and explained their functions. As they conversed, Leah's attention was drawn to a secure cabinet containing several vials of a glowing blue liquid. "What is this?" she asked, her eyes wide with intrigue. Marcus hesitated for a moment before answering. "That's an experimental serum we've been developing. It's designed to enhance human physical abilities for combat situations. We're still in the testing phase, though." Leah's curiosity got the better of her. "May I examine it?" "Of course, but be careful. It's highly potent," Marcus warned, opening the cabinet and handing her a vial. Leah held the vial up to the light, marveling at its luminescence. As she turned to ask Marcus a question, her grip slipped, and the vial's contents splashed onto her skin. Panic flashed across Marcus's face. "Leah, are you all right?" he asked urgently. Leah nodded, though she felt a strange warmth spreading through her body. "I think so, but I feel different." Marcus quickly ran a series of scans, his concern growing as the results came in. "It looks like the serum is interacting with your biology in ways we didn't anticipate. We need to monitor you closely." Her thoughts were interrupted by a sudden wave of intense heat. She stumbled to her feet, gripping the edge of her workbench for support. The sensation grew, pooling low in her abdomen and radiating outward. Leah's breathing became shallow and rapid as she struggled to maintain control. "What is happening to me?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Desperate for answers, Leah activated her communicator. "Dr. Hayden, I need your help." Within minutes, Marcus arrived, concern etched on his face. He quickly scanned her with a portable medical device, his brow furrowing as he reviewed the data. "The serum is amplifying your physical and emotional responses far beyond what we anticipated," Marcus explained. "We need to find a way to counteract its effects." Leah nodded, trying to focus on his words despite the overwhelming sensations coursing through her body. "I feel so powerful and aroused. It's difficult to think clearly." Marcus sighed, running a hand through his hair. "We need to isolate the compounds in the serum and see how they interact with Zavarian physiology. For now, you should rest and avoid any strenuous activity." But rest was impossible. Leah's body thrummed with energy, and her mind was a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. She spent the night pacing her quarters, trying to calm herself with deep breathing exercises and meditation. Nothing seemed to help. The next morning, she reported back to the medical bay for further testing. As the day wore on, it became clear that the serum's effects were only growing stronger. Leah's enhanced strength and heightened senses made even the simplest tasks a challenge. She accidentally shattered a data tablet, her grip too strong for the delicate device. "I'm sorry, Marcus," she said, her voice tight with frustration. "I didn't mean to break it." "It's not your fault, Leah," Marcus replied gently. "We'll find a solution. In the meantime, just try to stay calm and focused." During a routine checkup, Marcus noticed something alarming. "Leah, your cells are regenerating at an accelerated rate. The serum isn't just enhancing your abilities. It's fundamentally altering your biology." "What does that mean?" Leah asked, a hint of fear in her voice. "It means that your body is adapting to the serum in ways we can't predict," Marcus explained. "We need to find a way to stabilize these changes before they become permanent." Leah's transformation soon became impossible to hide from the rest of the crew. Her enhanced abilities drew both awe and concern from her fellow Zavarians, while the humans on board the Vanguard watched with a mix of fascination and trepidation. Tensions began to rise as rumors spread about the potential dangers of the serum. One evening, Leah decided to test her limits. She made her way to the ship's gymnasium, hoping to find an outlet for the restless energy coursing through her veins. She started with simple exercises, but soon found herself pushing harder, lifting weights far beyond what any human could manage. As she worked out, she felt a strange sense of exhilaration. The physical exertion helped to dull the constant arousal, if only for a little while. But it also made her aware of just how much power she now possessed. She wondered if she would ever be able to return to her normal self. Her thoughts were interrupted by the arrival of Captain Thorne. "Leah, I heard you were here. How are you feeling?" Leah set down the weights, wiping sweat from her brow. "It's difficult, Captain. I don't know how much longer I can handle this." "We're doing everything we can to help you," Thorne assured her, "but you need to be careful. Your abilities are extraordinary, but they also make you a target." Leah nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "I'll do my best to control it." One evening, a heated debate erupted in the ship's common area. A group of Zavarian delegates confronted Captain Thorne and Dr. Marcus, demanding answers. "We need to understand the full extent of what has happened to Leah," one Zavarian representative insisted. "This serum could pose a threat to our entire civilization." Captain Thorne maintained her composure, addressing the growing crowd. "We are doing everything in our power to understand and control the effects of the serum. Leah's transformation was an accident, and we are committed to ensuring it does not happen again." High Chancellor Tarek, who had been observing the exchange, stepped forward. "While we appreciate your efforts, Captain, we must consider the long-term implications. Our people need reassurance that this incident will not compromise our safety." Dr. Marcus spoke up, his voice steady. "We are working around the clock to develop a counter-serum. Leah is under constant supervision, and we are monitoring her condition closely. I assure you, we will find a solution." Leah, who had been listening from the back of the room, felt a pang of guilt. She stepped forward, addressing the assembly. "I never intended for this to happen. I am willing to do whatever it takes to help find a solution and restore trust between our peoples." Her words had a calming effect on the crowd, but the underlying tension remained. The alliance was fragile, and it was clear that any misstep could have dire consequences. Late one night, the Vanguard's sensors detected an unidentified fleet approaching the Zavarian capital. The alarm sounded throughout the ship, and the crew scrambled to their battle stations. Captain Thorne, now fully aware of the impending danger, ordered an immediate defensive maneuver, All hands, prepare for combat. Thorn's voice echoed through the ship. We are under attack by an unknown hostile force. Dr. Marcus, ensure Leah is secured and out of harm's way. Dr. Marcus nodded and rushed to find Leah, who was already on high alert. Leah, we need to get you to a safe location. The ship is under attack. Leah, feeling the adrenaline surge through her enhanced body, shook her head. I can help, Marcus. I can't just sit by and do nothing. Marcus hesitated, but knew that Leah's abilities could be a crucial asset. All right, but stay close. We need to be cautious. The Kraxar fleet descended upon the Zavarian capital with ferocity, their advanced weaponry overwhelming the city's defenses. The Vanguard joined the fray, its crew determined to protect their allies. Leah, alongside Marcus and a team of elite soldiers, moved through the ship, using her enhanced abilities to fend off the intruders. As the battle raged, Captain Thorn received a distress call from High Chancellor Tarek. Captain, the Kraxar have breached our central command. We need immediate assistance. Hold your ground, Chancellor, Thorn replied. We're on our way. Leah and the rescue team fought their way through the chaotic battlefield, finally reaching the Zavarian Central Command. The scene was grim. Kraxar soldiers had overrun the defenses, and the Zavarians were struggling to hold their ground. Leah's presence turned the tide, her enhanced strength and speed proving invaluable in the fierce combat. High Chancellor Tarek, bloodied but unbowed, met them at the command center entrance. Thank the stars you're here. We need to regroup and launch a counterattack. Captain Thorn nodded, her determination unwavering. We'll drive them back, Chancellor. Leah, lead the charge. With Leah at the forefront, the combined human and Zivarian forces launched a desperate counteroffensive. The Kraxar, taken aback by Leah's formidable abilities, began to falter. As the battle reached its peak, the humans and Zivarians pushed the invaders back, forcing a retreat. The Zivarian capital was in chaos. Buildings lay in ruins, smoke billowed from smoldering wreckage, and the cries of the wounded filled the air. Despite their victory, the human and Zivarian forces knew that this was only the beginning. The Kraxar would return, stronger and more determined. Captain Thorn called an emergency meeting aboard the Vanguard ***. Key officers, Zivarian leaders, and Leah gathered in the ship's command center to discuss their next move. We cannot afford another surprise attack, Captain Thorn began, her voice steady but urgent. We need to strengthen our defenses and prepare for the Kraxar's inevitable return. High Chancellor Tarek nodded in agreement. Our city is in ruins, but our spirit is not broken. We must rebuild quickly and fortify our remaining defenses. Leah, still grappling with the changes in her body, spoke up. My abilities have given us an edge, but they are unpredictable. We need a more reliable solution. Dr. Marcus leaned forward, a look of determination on his face. We've been analyzing the serum and its effects on Leah. We believe we can create a controlled version to enhance our soldiers without the adverse side effects. Captain Thorn considered this for a moment. We don't have much time. Begin the process immediately. We also need to gather intelligence on the Kraxar's movements and plans. As the crew set to work, Leah joined the frontline efforts to rebuild and prepare. Her enhanced strength and speed made her an invaluable asset, and she tirelessly aided in fortifying the city's defenses. The humans and Zivarians worked side by side, their shared struggle fostering a deeper bond between them. With the knowledge of the impending Kraxar invasion, Captain Thorn and High Chancellor Tarek realized that a united front was their only hope for survival. They convened a council of human and Zivarian leaders to forge a strategic alliance. The Kraxar are preparing for an all-out assault, Captain Thorn said, addressing the council. We need to combine our forces and fight as one. Our survival depends on it. Tarek agreed. Our individual strengths can complement each other. Together, we can form a formidable defense. The council discussed various strategies, from coordinating military tactics to sharing technological advancements. Leah's transformation became a central point of interest. Her abilities had proven invaluable in combat, and the potential to enhance more soldiers was seen as a critical advantage. Dr. Marcus presented his findings. We've managed to stabilize the serum. It can now be administered safely to both humans and Xaverians, enhancing their physical abilities without the unpredictable side effects Leah experienced. This news was met with cautious optimism. Training programs were quickly established to prepare soldiers for the serum enhancements. Leah took an active role in the training, sharing her experiences and helping soldiers adapt to their new capabilities. As preparations continued, intelligence reports from Lieutenant Harris's team revealed a critical weakness in the Kraxar's strategy. The Kraxar command structure was highly centralized, relying heavily on a few key leaders to coordinate their forces. A targeted strike against these leaders could disrupt their entire invasion plan. Captain Thorne and High Chancellor Tarek devised a bold plan. They would launch a preemptive strike against the Kraxar command center, neutralizing their leaders before the invasion could commence. This high-risk, high-reward strategy required precise coordination and the full cooperation of both human and Xaverian forces. Leia, Marcus, and a select team of elite soldiers were chosen for the mission. Their goal was to infiltrate the Kraxar command ship and take out the leadership, crippling the Kraxar's ability to coordinate their assault. The tension was palpable as the strike team prepared for departure. Leah, now fully embracing her enhanced abilities, felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. This mission could determine the fate of both civilizations. "Remember," Captain Thorne said, addressing the team, "our success depends on your precision and bravery. The fate of our people rests in your hands. Good luck." With those words, the strike team boarded a stealth ship and set course for the Kraxar command center. As they approached enemy territory, they steeled themselves for the battle ahead, fully aware of the high stakes and the critical importance of their mission. As they approached the Kraxar command ship, Lieutenant Harris briefed the team one final time. "Our objective is clear. Infiltrate the command center, eliminate the Kraxar leaders, and disrupt their coordination. We have a narrow window of opportunity, so precision and speed are crucial." The team nodded in unison, their determination evident. The stealth ship docked silently on the Kraxar vessel, and the strike team disembarked, moving quickly and quietly through the ship's corridors. Leah led the way, her enhanced abilities allowing her to sense and avoid patrols. The Kraxar command ship was a labyrinth of sleek, metallic hallways, illuminated by an eerie, pulsating blue light. The team advanced cautiously, taking out guards with swift, silent precision. Leah's strength and speed proved invaluable, allowing her to neutralize threats before alarms could be raised. They reached the heart of the command ship, the central control room where the Kraxar leaders coordinated their forces. Through a narrow window, they could see the Kraxar commanders, their elongated forms huddled around a holographic display. The leaders were focused on their plans, unaware of the impending threat. Leah signaled to the team, "On my mark, we breach and take them out. Remember, our priority is to neutralize their command structure." The team positioned themselves around the entrance. Leah counted down silently with her fingers. 3, 2, 1. They burst into the control room with a flash of motion. Leah moved like a force of nature, her enhanced reflexes allowing her to incapacitate several Kraxar commanders before they could react. The rest of the team followed suit, their precise strikes taking down the remaining leaders. Within moments, the control room was secured. The Kraxar command structure lay in ruins, their invasion plans thrown into chaos. As they prepared to exfiltrate, a distress signal came through their communicators. It was Captain Thorne. "The Kraxar have launched a counterattack. They've taken several Xaverian leaders hostage, including High Chancellor Tarek. We need immediate assistance." Leah's heart sank. The mission was not over. "We're on our way, Captain. Hold the line." The strike team raced back to the stealth ship, the urgency of the new mission driving them forward. As they approached the Xaverian capital, they could see the full scale of the Kraxar counterattack. The city, already battered, was under siege once more, and the stakes were higher than ever. Captain Thorne coordinated the defense from the Vanguard ***, her voice steady and authoritative. "All units, focus on protecting civilian areas and repelling the Kraxar ground forces. Leah, your team needs to infiltrate the main Kraxar encampment and rescue our leaders. The team nodded, fully aware of the critical nature of their task. They disembarked amidst the chaos, navigating through the battlefield with determination. Leah's enhanced abilities allowed her to sense the Kraxar movements and guide the team around potential threats. As they neared the Kraxar encampment, they encountered heavy resistance. Kraxar soldiers, equipped with advanced weaponry, fought fiercely to protect their stronghold. Leah and the team engaged in a brutal firefight, their training and enhancements giving them the edge they needed. Leah pushed forward, her resolve unwavering. They reached the central tent where the hostages were being held. Inside, they found High Chancellor Tarek and several other Zavarian leaders, restrained but unharmed. The sight of their leaders fueled the team's determination. "Stay back," Leah ordered the Kraxar guards, her voice cold and commanding. "Release them now." The Kraxar guards hesitated, momentarily stunned by Leah's presence. The team seized the opportunity, swiftly neutralizing the remaining guards and freeing the hostages. High Chancellor Tarek, though visibly shaken, managed a grateful smile. "You came just in time." Leah nodded, her focus already shifting to their escape. "Let's get you out of here." As they made their way back to the Vanguard the battle around them intensified. The Kraxar forces, now leaderless and disorganized, began to falter. The combined human and Zavarian forces pushed back with renewed vigor, inspired by the successful rescue of their leaders. During a brief respite between battles, Leah gathered with Captain Thorne and High Chancellor Tarek to discuss their next steps. The command center was abuzz with activity, strategists and tacticians poring over maps and data. "We can't sustain this much longer," Captain Thorne said, her voice heavy with concern. "The Kraxar's resources seem endless, and their attacks are becoming more coordinated." High Chancellor Tarek nodded. "We need to find a way to turn the tide. Leah, your abilities have given us an edge, but we need something more decisive." Leah's mind raced. She knew that her transformation was the result of the Serum, a combination of human and Zavarian technology. Perhaps there was a way to use her abilities to strike a critical blow against the Kraxar. "We need to hit them where it hurts," Leah said, her eyes blazing with determination. "The Kraxar rely on a centralized command structure. If we can identify and target their main base of operations, we can cripple their ability to coordinate their attacks." Captain Thorne considered this. "We have intelligence on several possible locations. It won't be easy, but it's our best shot." The team quickly devised a plan. Leah would lead a small elite force to infiltrate the suspected Kraxar base. Their goal was to destroy the command center and disrupt the Kraxar's operations. The mission was perilous, but the potential reward was too great to ignore. Equipped with the latest technology and weaponry, Leah and her team embarked on the mission. The journey to the Kraxar base was fraught with danger, but Leah's enhanced senses and reflexes allowed them to avoid detection. As they approached the base, they encountered heavy resistance. Kraxar soldiers, determined to protect their stronghold, fought fiercely. Leah's resolve never wavered. She led the charge, her enhanced abilities giving her an almost supernatural edge in combat. The team fought their way through the base, every step bringing them closer to the command center. The intensity of the battle reached a fever pitch as they breached the inner sanctum. Inside, they found the Kraxar command hub, a massive room filled with advanced technology, and the Kraxar High Command. The sight of the enemy leaders fueled Leah's determination. She and her team launched a coordinated assault, taking down the Kraxar commanders one by one. The battle was brutal, but their training and resolve saw them through. The destruction of the Kraxar command center dealt a significant blow to their operations, but the war was far from over. The Kraxar, now leaderless and disorganized, launched a desperate all-out assault on both human and Zavarian homeworlds. The combined forces of humanity and Zavaria prepared for what they knew would be the final decisive battle. Captain Thorne addressed the assembled troops, her voice firm and resolute. "This is it. The Kraxar are throwing everything they have at us. We stand together or we fall. Fight for your homes, fight for your families, fight for each other." The soldiers, both human and Zavarian, responded with a unified roar. Leah stood at the forefront, her enhanced abilities making her a beacon of hope and strength. She knew that this battle would determine the fate of both civilizations. As the Kraxar fleet descended upon them, the sky lit up with the exchange of laser fire and explosions. The ground shook as Kraxar dropships landed, releasing waves of enemy soldiers. The Allied forces met them head-on, a fierce and relentless battle erupting across the landscape. Leah fought with unparalleled ferocity, her every move calculated and precise. She moved through the battlefield like a force of nature, her enhanced strength and speed cutting down enemies with ease. Her presence inspired those around her, and the Allied forces fought with renewed vigor. The battle raged on, each side sustaining heavy losses. The Kraxar, driven by desperation, fought with a savage tenacity. But the combined human and Xivarian forces held their ground, their unity proving to be their greatest strength. As the battle reached its climax, Leah spotted a massive Kraxar war machine advancing towards the Allied command post. She knew that if it reached its target, the battle could be lost. Summoning every ounce of her strength, she charged towards the war machine, dodging enemy fire and cutting down any Kraxar that stood in her way. Reaching the war machine, Leah scaled its exterior, her enhanced agility allowing her to find weak points in its armor. She planted explosive charges at strategic locations and leapt clear just as the charges detonated. The war machine exploded in a blinding flash of light, its destruction sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The sight of the war machine's destruction galvanized the Allied forces. With a final, coordinated push, they overwhelmed the remaining Kraxar forces, driving them back and securing victory. The battlefield fell silent, the echoes of battle fading into the distance. The cost had been high, but the human and Xivarian alliance had emerged victorious. Leah stood amidst the ruins, her body aching but her spirit unbroken. The final stand had been won, and with it the future of both civilizations secured. The Allied forces' victory over the Kraxar came at a great cost. The once vibrant landscapes of both human and Xivarian worlds were now scarred with the remnants of battle. Amidst the wreckage, survivors emerged, tending to the wounded and honoring the fallen. Leah, her body still thrumming with the residual effects of the serum, walked among them, offering help and solace. In the aftermath of the battle, Captain Thorne and High Chancellor Tarek convened to assess the situation. "We've won, but at what cost?" Tarek mused, his expression a mix of sorrow and relief. "Victory always comes with sacrifices," Thorne replied, "but we must honor those who gave their lives and ensure that their sacrifices were not in vain." As they spoke, Leah approached, her face determined. "There's still work to be done. We need to rebuild, and we need to ensure that the Kraxar threat is permanently neutralized." Tarek nodded. "We must also find a way to stabilize the enhancements the serum has given you. We cannot afford to lose you, Leah." Leah knew that the serum's effects were becoming more volatile. Despite the advantages it had granted her, she felt its toll on her body and mind. Determined to prevent anyone else from suffering the same fate, she worked tirelessly with Dr. Marcus to find a way to safely reverse the serum's effects. Days turned into weeks as the rebuilding efforts continued. The human and Xivarian engineers collaborated to restore cities and infrastructure. Soldiers who had fought side by side now worked together to clear debris and construct new homes. The bond forged in the fires of battle grew stronger with each passing day. Despite the progress, a sense of urgency hung in the air. Leah's condition was deteriorating, and time was running out. Dr. Marcus made a breakthrough in his research, a counter-serum that could potentially reverse the enhancements and stabilize Leah's physiology. However, the process was risky, and there were no guarantees it would succeed. Leah faced the decision with a heavy heart. "If this doesn't work, I might not survive," she said, looking at Marcus and the gathered leaders. "But if it does, it could save lives and prevent further suffering." Captain Thorne placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You've shown incredible courage, Leah. Whatever happens, know that you've made a difference." With the counter-serum ready, the medical team prepared for the procedure. Leah lay on the operating table, her thoughts a whirlwind of memories and hopes. As the serum was administered, she felt a searing pain, followed by a deep, overwhelming darkness. When she awoke, the room was filled with anxious faces. Marcus leaned over her, relief evident in his eyes. "You made it, Leah. The counter-serum worked." In a grand ceremony held in the newly rebuilt Xyverian capital, leaders from both worlds gathered to commemorate their victory and to pledge their continued cooperation. The atmosphere was one of hope and renewal, as representatives from various sectors shared their visions for a united future. Captain Thorne and High Chancellor Tarek stood at the forefront, their speeches reflecting the hardships they had overcome and the possibilities that lay ahead. "We have faced darkness and emerged stronger," Thorne declared. "Together, we will ensure a future of peace and prosperity for all." Tarek echoed her sentiments. "Our bond, forged in the fires of conflict, will be the cornerstone of a new era, an era where our combined strengths will lead to advancements and discoveries beyond our wildest dreams." Leah, now a symbol of unity and resilience, was honored for her bravery and sacrifices. Her journey had inspired countless others, and she was invited to speak. "This victory is not just ours. It belongs to those who sacrificed their lives, to those who believed in our cause, and to those who will carry our legacy forward. Let us honor them by building a future worthy of their sacrifices." The ceremony concluded with a moment of silence for the fallen, followed by a declaration of continued alliance and shared goals. Projects were initiated to explore new technologies, deepen cultural exchanges, and establish joint colonies on uncharted worlds. The spirit of cooperation permeated every endeavor, promising a brighter future for both civilizations. As the celebrations continued, Leah found herself reflecting on the journey. The battles, the losses, the victories, they had all shaped her and the people around her. Standing on the steps of the newly rebuilt capital, she watched as humans and Xyverians mingled, their differences overshadowed by their shared experiences and mutual respect. Dr. Marcus joined her, a smile on his face. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" Leah nodded. "Yes, we have. And there's still so much to do." Marcus gestured towards the horizon. "The future is ours to shape, together."